after all the bad boys that I dated, I thought, you know what? Let me just date the good guy. And that didn't work out because I felt like superior to him. There was no sexual polarity. It just didn't work out because I felt like I was the boss. I felt
Did you find yourself snapping on him and getting a little bit more disrespectful than you normally would?
Very.
That's typically what happens.
Yeah. And I did things to him that I wouldn't do to Katie. And it's unfortunate because he's a good guy. He didn't do anything to me. The problem is that he didn't put me in my place when he should have, whenever that was supposed to happen. At some point in our relationship, he didn't put me in my place as the woman, as his woman. And he didn't show me that he can lead. So I felt like I was leading the entire household when it's really supposed to be him.
All right, Mateo. Mateo, what's your initial thoughts upon hearing that audio?
Well, when I listen to her, it sounds to me like she never fully felt invested in the relationship, and that's what made her feel like she had the power or whatever, because she knew that between the two of them, that she was the one that was less invested, and that if there was going to be anyone to break up with anyone, it would be her breaking up with him. So that made her feel like she had a power dynamic that was favoring her, which I believe it doesn't mean that he's a bad leader or that he's boring, just that she was not taking the relationship serious, and she's pretty immature. And she probably has like some trauma from being abused in past, either her parents or other relationships. She clearly has some sort of issues going on. It's like not a normal way to think about things, or a healthy one, I would say.
So, as a man, as a man yourself, how do you demand respect from the woman you're dealing with or in a relationship with?
Well, I start off by giving respect because I was taught that if you want respect, you have to give respect. So I give respect. If that respect isn't returned, I'll usually speak up once to let some, because it's not everybody means to disrespect you. Sometimes they're doing it unintentionally. So I'll speak up once and let them know why I find it disrespectful, what I don't like about it. Then, if at that point, if they don't try to like mitigate their behavior or try to accommodate me, if they don't show any sort of progress towards that, then I'll just let them know, like, yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time doing this. Bye, I'm gone. I'll leave. Like if I may leave that situation temporarily, or I may leave the relationship entirely, depending on how severe the disrespect was.
So, as a man, do you think there's a thin line between being a good guy and being a pushover?
No, I think there's a lot of space there to be a good guy and also not a pushover. And I think a lot of guys who are pushovers, they're not necessarily good guys. They could be just desperate, or not. They lack self-respect, or whatever.
As a man, do you think that most women, like, really, whether you want to call him a good guy, whether you want to call him a pushover, do you think that they have like a lot of respect for these guys, or do like they want a guy that's going, like she said in the video, put her in her place, whatever that may mean to said woman?
Well, in my experience with women, and I haven't been with a ton of women, but I am married, and my experience with women, I find that most women like to be respected and treated as equals. I've come across some women who are into that whole domineering thing, but I've usually found that those women have a long track record of unhealthy relationships, and they don't seem very happy in their lives when they choose those sort of men. They get cheated on, they get beaten, they get used for their money, and that, like, it's just, but then they consider that dominant or whatever. But I just consider that like exploitative and abusive. But if that's what floats their boat, and that's for them, they can take that over there with them, and I'm good over here with me and my wife and family.
All right. Well, Mateo, I appreciate you coming on here, bro. You have a good night. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.